Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf. We're holding in Zevachim Daf Kuf Aleph. The Gemara throughout the Daf speaks about the Psukim in Yom Shmini Lemiluim. The Moshe came, Dorash, Moshe. Moshe was asking, what happened to the Korban? Why was it burnt? And the Gemara goes and explains, according to Nehemiah, according to Yehuda, what exactly was the dialogue between Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron. The Gemara brings it on with base. That according to Nehemiah, that says that the reason that the korban was burned is because of aninus. So why didn't you burn all the korbanos of the day? It's supposed to be that what would be burned was Se'ir of Rosh Chodesh, the Se'ir Yom Shmini, and Se'ir Nachshon. So the Gemara says the difference between Kodesh Shah and Kodesh Doros. The Kodesh Shah, were not burned that day. But Kodesh Doros, which means with the Se'ir of Rosh Chodesh, that was the thing that was burned, and that's what Moshe Rabbeinu asked, Dorash, Moshe. There's a nifla dik Chasam Soffer that my good friend Rabbi Yossi Shonkav Shlita showed me. Chasam Soffer in Parashat Shmini, on the pasuk of Achalti Chatas Hayoyim Eita B'nei Hashem, the answer of Aaron HaKohen, says the Chasam Soffer Dover Nifla. Why was Moshe Rabbeinu so adamant that he wanted the korban chatos of Rosh Chodesh to be nikrav? So he explains, the Indian is like this. And we'll be magdim a little bit more to what he says. We know that the ikar tikkun of the world is that vaya or levona koracham, meaning what? Right in the beginning of creation, we have the levana which is smaller. Because Baruch told the levana lechi me'atis hatzvech go become smaller. That you should not be shtei melachim mishtash bekeser echad. The Gemara brings, both in Gemara and Shuas and the Gemara and Chulin, the Gemara tells us that that's why we bring Se'ir in Rosh Chodesh. Why? Havi olai kapara shemi'ateti se'arecha. Yishbochu says, bring a kapara on me that I made the moon small. So as we learned in Masechet Shuas, we brought the Yitzchak as a chover, the idea is like this. The moon represents Am Yisrael. Because Am Yisrael are receiving the light from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, reflecting it to the world. When the moon is small in this world, because in this world, the Olam Hazeh, we didn't come yet to Shleimus. And in this world, we still cannot have the koyach of the Mekabel, of Am Yisrael, to shine so much to completely reflect the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But Lasid Lavoi, we know, Vayar Levana Koracham, then the light of the moon will be like the sun. So the ultimate tikkun of the world is taking the world from being Olam Hazeh to the ultimate tikkun, is the tikkun of the Levana. And that's why we're busy with making sure that the Levana will be big. Every Kiddush Levana, we come and celebrate that. And what do we say? That we talk about the Ora Levana will be great. Then we talk about Am Yisrael Shemasidim Lischadesh Kemoiso. That Am Yisrael will be renewed like the Levana, that will grow and be big, that we're able to reflect the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, the chisari in this world is that the world is not completely reflective of the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's not able to receive all the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But Lasi Lavoi, this will be Mesukan. That's why it starts at the beginning of the world. And the ultimate tikkun is Ora Levona Korachamo. And that's what Se'ir Rosh Chodesh represents. Haviolei Kapar Shemiat Hareach, meaning that when you bring Se'ir Rosh Chodesh, you're talking about the ultimate tikkun, that there will be Ora Levona Korachamo. So Zog the Chasam Soffer, Moshe Rabbeinu felt that this day, Yom Shmini Lemiluim, when the Mishkan is being built, this is the day that we have that will be the Tikkun HaShalom. The Mashiach is coming. Right away, our Levana will be Korachama. Once our Levana is Korachama, you don't bring Se'ir Rosh Chodesh. Se'ir Rosh Chodesh only comes because our Levana is not the size of the Chama. So Moshe Rabbeinu understood that Se'ir Rosh Chodesh is what? Is a korban shah. It's not going to be anymore. It's going to be the last time we bring Se'ir Rosh Chodesh. So Moshe Rabbeinu says, why are you burning Se'ir Rosh Chodesh? The same way the Se'ir of Nachshon, the same way the Se'ir of Yom Shmini, you don't burn because it's Kodesh Shah. Also Se'ir Rosh Chodesh is Kodesh Shah. Don't burn it. So says Aaron HaKohen to Moshe Rabbeinu, the fact that Nadav Avihu died and their aura of the Neshama was Nignas, that tells us that's a siman that the world is not yet ready to be completely fixed. Meaning it's not Kodesh Shah, it is Kodesh Doros. And that's how Moshe Rabbeinu heard that. We didn't get yet the Tikkun HaShalom. And we could add to this Givaldik Chasam Soffer that the pasuk that tells us this whole discussion is Dorash, Moshe. Moshe Rabbeinu is Dorash. Where is the korban chatos? The Gemara in Kiddushin tells us that the middle of the Torah, the middle letter of the Torah, is the letter Vav that says Kol Hoilech Al Gachoin. The middle of the words of the Torah is Dorash, Dorash, Moshe. Dorash is the first half, the second Dorash is the second half. That's exactly the middle of the Torah. So the Mashal in Chidushei Haggados explains the Gachoin, the Vav of Gachoin, refers to the Nachash HaKadmoini, refers to the Nachash that resembles all the bad in the world. So what is it doing in the middle of the Torah? Because the Torah comes to the world to fix all the chesroinus of the world. When you have Torah in the world, so you don't have the Nachash. The Nachash is included in the Torah. When you look at the world with the eyes of the Torah, there's no Gachoin. The Gachoin is part of the Torah. There's no tumah, there's no bad. Continues the Mashal and says, that's also Dorash, Dorash, Moshe. Because everything can be darsha in the Torah for tahara and for tumah. Meaning there's always, in this world, there's toivera, there's good and bad. Everything can be go to this side, to that side. In the Torah, it's all tahara. That's what the Gemara, it has to do with connected with the Gemara in Eruvin that tells us that you can be mitar the sheretz with many, many timing, which means when you look at the world in the eyes of the Torah, there's no bad, there's no tumah, everything connects to Kedusha. But that's the reason the Torah came to the world. The Torah came to the world to elevate all the bad and the evil of the world. So says the Mashal, Dorash, Dorash, Moshe. You know what's Dorash, Dorash, Moshe? It's referring to the two parts. There's the first half and the second half. You have the Drisha for good and Drisha for bad. They're both included in Torah. Torah has everything in it. And this is nifladi connected to the Chasam Soffer. Moshe Rabbeinu at this stage says the world is coming to the ultimate tikkun. There'll be no bad. We're going to have our Levana Karachamo. Dorash, Dorash. I'm going to have a Drisha the good and Drisha the bad is all coming to Tikkun Hashem, the ultimate goal that the Torah is bringing the world to. That's his intention. That's what he's expecting from this for happening now. Yom Shmini Miluim, and that was the opportunity that was lost that happened b'mitas nadav aviu. Anyone wants to join or sponsor the Shomachshava Shorim, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.